Hey guys, this is Tom from UDS with another edition of the Quarantine Sessions, where I chat to people a lot cooler than myself in the wonderful land of lockdown. And today I am joined by one of the flag bearers of British metal and a band who pride themselves on making music for the pit. They're Sheffield's most destructive sons and arguably the most handsomest band today. I'm of course talking about Malevolence.
So, thank you so much. That was a sick introduction.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We try. So how are you doing in these strange times?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just trying to stay positive, keep a positive outlook on things. Obviously, it's a very tough time right now for a lot of people. So yeah, you got to take it as each day comes and try and stay focused on staying productive. And that's what
it. Routine seems to be the one thing that is so vital at the moment, just sort of sticking to at least a semblance of normality just to keep everything ticking along.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, of course, you are Alex, the lead vocalist. But for the unfortunate few who aren't aware, in your own words, could you please introduce Malevolence?
We are a 5-piece metal band from Sheffield in the north of the UK. Been going 10 years this year. I joined the band 10 years ago, and we make, like you said before, music for the pit. I like that.
Very nice. You can have that one.
Yeah. We'll stick it on a shirt.
Perfect. I only want like 10%. It's fine. Anyway, and in the effort of getting to know each other just a little bit better, it's a question we ask all our guests. If you could be a type of sandwich, what kind of sandwich would you be?
BLT.
Straight away like that. Any particular reason, or just because you fancy a BLT?
A bit of both, to be fair. It's just got a nice bit of everything, isn't it?
That's it.
Stick a bit of mayo on there, you're away. That's
it. But you never want to go for the shop bought one. You want to go for one where you've got that greasy fried bacon that you properly make at home and everything like that.
Homemade thing every time.
You can't compromise when it comes to a BLT. A BLT done right is just the best. Can I ask, have you ever spoken this much about BLTs in any of the press you've done up until now?
Not in the press, but when you sat around with your mates and you all got munchies, then yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Cannot be beat. And at the time of recording, we are just days away from the release of your latest EP, The Other Side. What can people expect from this release?
I think we've really took it as an opportunity to kind of push ourselves out of our comfort zone with this one, whilst also keeping that element of Malevolence. So if you've been listening to Malevolence for like the last 10 years, then you'll enjoy this record, I think. It's a bit of like I see it more as like a showcase of our abilities and kind of where the future will take Malev. But also, it's a step up again. In terms of everything, I guess the production on this record is really is huge. I feel like with Carl Brown, who we hit the studio with, he's done like bands like Trivium and Bullet for My Valentine. He's really kind of captured that energy of like our live sound, which I think is one of our major kind of key points, and managed to put it onto a record. We've got the fast, heavy aggressiveness. We've got the heavy breakdowns, but then we've also got like the ballads and stuff like that. So there's a bit of everything on there for everyone.
Well, that's the thing, because I was lucky enough to listen to it a few days before the release, and I have to say there's a definite arc with the album, despite it only being 3 tracks. You've got obviously the slow build up in Remain Unbeaten, through the unrelenting aggression of Keep Your Distance, and then sort of the slower, more melancholic take of The Other Side. Were these tracks always meant to be sort of listened to in one sitting, and were they always sort of destined to be released together in this way?
I think, when it came to kind of putting it together, we wanted to have, again, like a little bit of everything on there. So, it was really important for us to have the title track, the slow kind of more melodic song. And it wasn't really, we were kind of in a bit of like a crossroads when it came to picking the tunes for this song, because we had a few written and a few ideas in mind, but when we chose these three, it became quite apparent quite quick that, you know, they're all strong songs in their own right, and yeah, it just kind of it fit together nicely, and like I said, there's a bit of everything on there for and I keep saying that, but it really is.
That's it. I mean, I briefly reviewed it for UpsideDownShow.com, and you can definitely hear all of the influences of the stuff that's sort of come about in your earlier discography. It does sort of feel like the most sort of refined, complete Malevolence record. Again, despite it being 3 tracks, I think it does have a little bit for everything if you are a fan of Malevolence. So yeah, I mean, personally, I would say it's probably my favorite release that you've put out so far. Really, really digging it.
Thank you.
So Keep Your Distance, which we mentioned is on the EP, and which you quite rightly said on Twitter is the official anthem of the quarantine. Features guest vocals from Brian Garris of Knocked Loose. How did this collaboration come about?
We've known those guys for quite a few years now. I've been listening to Knocked Loose for probably about 5 years, and then when we toured the US in 2016, and a couple other guys came out to the show there, and like we finally met, and you know, and they stuck around for the show. We hung out for a little bit, and since then we've kind of played numerous festivals, played a few short runs together, and just kept in close contact over like Instagram and stuff like that. And then we flew them out for our Sheffield show, big hometown show at the end of 2018. And from then on, ever since then, we were like, "Yo, we need to tour together. Let's make it happen." So when we were writing for this record, I knew that I only wanted to have one vocalist on it. Obviously, with only being 3 songs, and Brian was just the obvious choice. Really, it didn't really take much thought, because he's got such a unique voice that you know instantly who it is. And it was just a case of literally I just hit him up one day on Instagram. I was like, "Yo, we're writing for a new record. Do you want to be on it?" He was like, "Yeah, sure." And it was as simple as that, really. There was no management or any of that kind of stuff to get in the way of it. It was just, it came together like pretty naturally. And then so they recorded the vocal take, Brian's part, a day before we did the November 2019 tour with them. And then we got there on the first day, and they had a friend of ours called Elliot Ingham already on tour with them, filming for something for them. So we were just like, "Yeah, let's just play the song live and let's just film it. Let's just make a live video." It was very very organic, very just like
very DIY.
Yeah, it was. I think that's one of my favorite things about that video. It's literally just, and it's like a compilation of the best bits of that tour, and then there were so many sick shows on that tour that it just seemed like it'd be a waste if we didn't at least film a video, you know. But yeah, super happy with that song. Brian smashed it, and I know that every time he came out on tour and did that part, even though nobody knew the song, like it wasn't even released yet, people were like just going, "Oh my God, Brian's here," and getting gassed over it. So yeah, it was sick. And I think it's really going to be one of the highlights of our set when we get back into playing it.
Amazing. Can't wait to see it live. So here at UDS, we talk about the breadth of pop culture. We talk about music, movies, TV shows, video games, everything and more. So with that in mind, if you could have a Malevolence song featured in any of the above, or even like a wrestling theme or anything like that, what would it be?
I'd like to be in a movie. I'd like to be in like a sick action movie. Also would really rate being like the entrance music for like some sick MMA fighter or something like that. Which, to be fair, we have got quite a few friends who are in the MMA world, and they do use our songs for walkout tunes, and I've been sent loads of videos of people using it. It is sick to see. That is really sick to see.
That is
I think perfect music for it, really.
That's it. But who would you want to star in an action film featuring a Malev track?
Oh, that's a tough one. I've just got the image of like Bad Boys in my head, so I'm just gonna go Well, yeah, just going to go for this. And anything along the Bad Boys kind of vibe, anyone who's in those kind of films. Denzel Washington.
There you go. There you go. Timeless. Brilliant. So you run your own record label alongside performing as a band. How do you find the time to balance between the two?
Well, like I said, this record is our first kind of venture with self-releasing, so it's been a learning curve, really. Like, obviously with the past 2 albums, we've been on with record labels, and so a lot of the stuff has kind of been done for us. This time, we've really had to kind of learn as we go. But it's been, it's been challenging, like, absolutely, and we've had like our fair share of setbacks due to like the current global pandemic and stuff like that. So. But it is a case of like, well, we just manage it as we've always done. We've always been a very independent band anyway, so it is just kind of taking on a few extra tasks each, and we all have jobs outside of Malevolence as well. So it's just a case of juggling it, finding the time, and just making it happen. And
it's all about the hustle.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
So awesome. Now, you're known for your intense live shows, but what is the craziest thing you've ever experienced, either while touring or performing live, or anything sort of in that ballpark?
I guess probably when we had to play Download Festival 2018, I want to say. I think I always get the years mixed up. We've played Download Festival twice, and the first time we played, we got stopped because the crowd was too wild and somebody got hurt.
Jesus. And
we had to tell everyone to chill out a little bit. And the second time, I think they kind of like expected it. So they took me into a little office and made me sign a little piece of paper that says I wasn't allowed to ask for circle pits, wall.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. I mean, it's Download Festival. I was like, come on.
I mean, that's the sort of thing you should like get framed on the wall. Like when you get to a point where you've caused such a ruckus that you actually have to sign a waiver promising that you won't do anything like that, you've made it.
Yeah. And it was so they made me sign this piece of paper, and I was like, all right, okay, well, just so you're aware, I will say this and that. And so I kind of, did a bit of bartering with them. And then on the last song of our set, I think it all kind of just went out the window a little bit. I just remember being escorted from the tent by security and being banned from the tent because for trying to incite a riot.
Oh my God.
There you go. That's what you get, but it's one for the grandkids, isn't it?
Malevolence, far too metal for Download Festival. Put that on a shirt. Well, I suppose in a similar vein, we like to advocate positivity, whether it be wild, calm, inspiring, or just whatever. And one of the ways we like to inspire positivity is through inspirational quotes. One of my favorite is "I can't believe I ate the whole thing," because whatever you're doing in life, it will really steer you in the right direction, and you will find out that you indeed can eat the whole thing. But with that in mind, what would be Malevolence's inspirational quote to share with the world?
Oh, that is a tricky one. If you ever do something for nothing, make sure you do it for yourself.
Very good. Very good. I really like that one. I like that.
I would say in Yorkshire speak, but I thought, I'd make it.
What would it be in Yorkshire speak?
If there ever does out for now, make sure they does it for this end.
Okay, I just point out that for reference, I am just outside of Dover in the southeast, so I could not be any more of a southern fairy compared to you.
Yeah.
But I think I got it. Thank you for the translation, though. It's going to do wonders for the international audience. Anyway, as we sort of wrap up the interview, not that as anyone can really plan much for the rest of the year, but as much as you can, what does the rest of 2020 have in store for Malevolence?
Again, we're just kind of seeing how things go with this lockdown. I mean, I haven't got high hopes in terms of festivals being on this year, so I'm just going to try and stay focused. And I think any band in our industry should really try and use this time to focus on writing those hits, getting themselves ready to hit the ground running for once these live shows do come back, and they will come back, and they're going to be sicker than ever. So people should just stay focused on that. And there is going to be days when like stuff gets on top of you, and you just got to try and keep a positive outlook on it. Because things will return to some sort of normality, whether it be in 6 months, whether it be in 12 months. And yeah, again, it's just trying to enjoy the smaller things. Take yourself for a walk, go for a bike ride, complete that video game you've been wanting to do for a long time. And yeah, just keep your head, be head smart.
That's it. Very good, very good. And the last question we always end all of our interviews with is, we are UDS, which stands for Upside Down Shark. Don't ask me why we're called Upside Down Shark. It just is what we thought up, and it's just stuck. But with that in mind, Alex, what would be your favorite shark? And it could be real, it can be fictional. We've had Bruce from Finding Nemo. We've had Great White Hammerhead. Whatever you like, what would be your favorite shark?
Oh, what's the one? I can't remember the name of the film. It's like Tornado Shark or something. Sharknado.
Very good choice. Very good. Terrible movie, but
I've not even seen it. I saw the trailer and I was like, that looks hilarious, but I'll never watch it.
That's all you need. That's all you need. I'm pretty sure at one point in that film, a shark takes down an airplane flying in the sky. So if you like the highest caliber of movies, definitely check it out at some point.
That's hard, bro. You're a shark that takes down a plane. Come on.
I know, you got to give them props for that. I mean, they managed to get a shark somewhere up in the air. Definitely no CGI involved at all. And very poor CGI at that rate. Not at all. Anyway, where can people find Malevolence online?
YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, any major streaming any major streaming site, we're on there. And also go to www.mlvltd.com. Pre-orders, merchandise, everything to do with Malevolence is up on that website.
There you have it. Alex, thank you so much for sitting down to talk to us today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
And thank you for watching at home. While you're here, make sure to listen to The Other Side, out this Friday 24th, wherever you listen to good music. And make sure to subscribe for more interview videos, random nonsense here at UpsideDownShark.com. We'll see you next time.
You should have stayed in your own lane. I'm not the one to blame, but no one goes up in flame. Let's face the truth.